Hey everyone, RJ here. Welcome back to the channel. And today I'll be doing a speed test comparison between the Pixel 4a and the iPhone SE 2020. Let's get it started. So the Pixel 4a and the iPhone SE 2020. Both of these here are great devices here. They are smaller devices and they both of them pack a punch in performance. So I'm very interested to see how these are going to perform in this test. Now I am currently using the Pixel 4a as my daily driver. The iPhone SE2 has my T-Mobile SIM. So both of these phones get used daily. So I'm interested to see how both of them are going to do on a speed test. However, I did change back the animations to 1x on the Pixel 4a because the iPhone has, it's just what it is. So anyway, let's go ahead and start up here with the boot up test in 3, 2, 1, now. So yeah, Google starts up first, or Pixel starts up first. We'll see which one actually comes on first here. But you can see pretty similar in size. With the case on the iPhone, it is the same size as the Pixel 4a, but the Pixel 4a comes on first, and here we have the iPhone SE 2020. So both phones are now on, and now I'm going to give you just the basic specs of both devices. The Pixel 4a runs the Snapdragon 730G processor with 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of internal storage, and the price is $350. The iPhone SE 2020 runs Apple's A13 chip with 3 gigabytes of RAM, and it starts at 64 gigs of internal storage. However, mine has 128 gigs. Now, the starting price of the iPhone SE 2020 is $400. 128 gig is $450. So about $100 difference depending on how much internal storage you want. So, yeah, between $50 and $100 difference between the iPhone SE2 and the Pixel 4a. So with that being said, let's go ahead and check out some benchmark scores. Okay, so the tests are done, and yes, it's a runaway here on the iPhone SE 2020. The Pixel 4a got a score of 554 single core and a multi-core of 1639, 1336 single core, and 3191 multi-core here on the iPhone SE 2020. Let's go ahead and go back home here. We'll go ahead and clear all these apps out, just like that. And we'll get started in with this test, starting now. And that was the iPhone SE 2020, YouTube. And that was about even there. That was very close. Calculator. That was the iPhone SE 2020. Calendar. iPhone SE took it. Clock. iPhone SE. Target. And that was the iPhone SE 2020. Let's go into Amazon Shopping. That was the Pixel 4a. Instagram. Pretty close there. The App Store. And pretty close again. I think the iPhone took it just barely, but that was still very, very close. Prime Video. That was the Pixel 4a. And we're still waiting here on the iPhone. Okay, there we go. So the Pixel 4a took it there. Snapchat. The iPhone SE took that one. Twitter. And that was the Pixel 4a. Netflix. And that was close. That was very close. Let's go in Temple Run 2. So, yes, the iPhone is taking a lot of these tests, but it's very, very close. Now, in gaming, the iPhone's going to have it. With the flagship processor here, it's just quick and fast. But this is no slouch either. The 730G is definitely no slouch. That was the iPhone SE 2020. Let's go into Dead Trigger. And that was the iPhone SE 2020. Let's go into PUBG Mobile. So PUBG is a game where it has a lot of X's you got to press and stuff like that. So it can't be really that accurate. But we're just going to see who gets there first. And it looks like that the iPhone SE2 is going to get to these screens first. All these X's you got to press and everything. So you can see there that, of course, the iPhone SE2 is going to win this test here. I'm not going to go through all of it to get to the start screen because there's so many X's you got to press. But anyway, you got the general idea that the Pixel 4a is better in gaming. However, both of them play games very smooth. I've not had any issue playing games on this phone or this phone. You know, it's just, you know, it loads it up faster on the iPhone SE 2020. But as far as gameplay, both of them are excellent, and I don't see any problem, you know, with the 730G processor versus the A13 processor. But right now, we're going to check for reloads here on the Pixel 4a with PUBG, and it's ready to go. We have Dead Trigger, which is also ready to go. These gestures, yeah. Temple Run 2 was open. Netflix had to reload. Twitter was open. Snapchat was open. Prime Video ready to go. Play Store was open. Instagram was open. Amazon good to go. Target's good. The clock is good. Calendar is good. Calculator, YouTube, and the Bible was open. So one reload on Netflix there, I think it was. Now over here to the iPhone, PUBG Mobile, we're good to go. Dead Trigger, open. Temple Run 2, Netflix, Twitter, Snapchat, everything looking good so far. Play Store, Instagram, Amazon, Target, Clock app, Calendar, Calculator, YouTube, and the Bible. Everything was open. Everything is good here. So you have 6 gigabytes of RAM on the Pixel 4a, 3 gigabytes of RAM here on the iPhone SE 2020. Very well optimized here. Both phones are very well optimized. So yeah, there you have it. I mean, it's, you know, apples to Android, and so it's just whatever you prefer here. But both phones were definitely no slouch. Both of them work great. Cameras were great on both. I mean, both of them are great devices, and it's hard for me to sit here and say which one to pick because something like Android better, something like iOS better. It's just, you know, whatever your preference is. But that was just my little speed test there between the Pixel 4a and the iPhone SE 2020. So feel informative in any way. Hit that like button. Any questions you may have, leave it below. Subscribe if you haven't. I'd appreciate it. Hit that bell for notifications. Y'all have a good one, and thanks for watching.